Hi, I'm Gary Peterson, Atragon on Board Game Geek, Mr. Plays out there on the World Wide Web. And this is my first board game review, so please bear with me a little bit. I'm going to be reviewing Time Stories Under the Mask. I'm going to try to avoid spoilers in this review, but as many people have pointed out, that's really tough to do. You want to tell about the storyline or show the artwork, and you really can't. I'm going to show little pieces that probably you can find on the World Wide Web anyway, or they're on the back of the box. So that's not really spoilery. The question is, did I like Under the Mask? Yeah, a lot. And I think you will too if you like the Time Stories board game in general. Let's start with the negatives. Right off the bat, there's something you need to know, particularly if you do this module out of strict order, which is what we did. This is a mild spoiler, but the game presumes that you know who the scions are. I'm putting a link here that reveals the one base card from Prophecy that explains just who the scions are, at least enough for you to understand their existence within Under the Mask. Just click on Bob's picture, and then again when you get to the page that it deals with. Also, when you look at the map, the plan, there's a little confusion, at least for us, as to where one of the locations is in relationship to the other ones. There's a tiny line indicating where this place is on the map, but it's easy to miss this or mistake it for a river or a road or something like that. This is not really much of a spoiler, so I'm going to show you the one single sentence on the one single offending card that kind of gave us a question mark or two. The very next instruction tells you to put the group token on the starting position, which of course you couldn't see if you had the cards face down. Also, here's a link for some of the problem translations and card errors. I suggest you have it handy. Spoilers are hidden. But these problems are nitpicky. The good stuff far outweighs them. The theme of the module is brilliant. Who can resist the lure of ancient Egypt and their wonderful temples and glorious architectures? This is the panorama from the game that is depicted on the back of the box. Okay, I'll blur it for you. No spoilers here. But the artwork is great. And this is one thing that Time Stories does really well. They plunge you into a locale out of history, and you immerse yourself in the experience. Even the location you start with, and I'm not going to give it away, is evocative of the Valley of the Kings. It's wonderful. We loved the setting of this module, probably the best out of the three that we've played. I think you have to play Asylum in order to get the idea behind Time Stories, and it comes with it anyway, so there you go. But each of the games so far has built on that framework that was established with the core game, and Under the Mask is no exception. Each time they've added a new twist to that basic game so to let you know that you can expect the unexpected. This time they've added a very new and brilliant mechanic that promises to break the already wide open game space even more. It would be way too much of a spoiler for me to give that mechanic away, but trust me, it's brilliant. You're going to be hopping around a lot. Also, I will say this module is much more family friendly than the others, which is good. I have no qualms playing this game with a bright or interested preteen. There's no gore, and the priestess on the back cover is just about as salacious as it gets. Is Under the Mask more puzzly or combat oriented? I would say there's a fair bit of both. But there are a lot of tasks that have to be done in order to figure out the central puzzle. There's a strategy that must be discovered in order to put these tasks and puzzles in the correct order. This is a voyage of discovery through an unknown land without really knowing why you're there in the first place. The clues are all right there. You just have to do your part and be attentive enough to unmask them. I can't recommend Under the Mask and Time Stories in general enough. It is a great gaming system for those of us who like that kind of mystery. The game fosters adventure through teamwork, and observation and groupthink and communication. It is just marvelous. I have had more oh and aha moments in this game than any other game I can ever remember.
Oh.
Where is it? Where is it? Right in front of your nose, right?
Oh.
So, did my gaming group like Under the Mask? Hell yeah. And I think you will too.